how you attracted that in your own life. So when you're taking responsibility for all the things that come down the pike, then we have ways of getting to the bottom of those thoughts, those those elements that attract those things in our life, and clearing them. So it's a process of cleansing that keeps you in a conflict-free state, and it's also taking 100% responsibility for all the things in your life that are happening. And by that nature, you're not in blame. You're in seeing how things are unfolding and working, and you're working with your own inner being, your own inner consciousness to cleanse and let go of those thought factors that attract those those difficult situations.
Well, when you get really, really positive, you don't create terrible situations. It just doesn't come your way if you stay positive. Terrible situations come your way because you've been thinking negatively. So we try to take responsibility for everything that happens, and we try to be humble, and we try to have the love of correction. So I don't mind being corrected. He doesn't mind being corrected. And we're both breath workers. So if we get stuck, if some situation happens, and let's say we feel stuck, I can ask Markus to give me a breathing session, so I can clear it right away. I don't have to stay stuck.
So y'all,
we're very fortunate because we're both breath workers.
So y'all actually work on each other when necessary?
Yeah, no problem. Well, we offer each other what we give to the people. We teach people how to have a better life, how to think better, how to be happy. And so we help each other with that too.
Well, also, conflict is kind of
90 seconds.
And people often want to be right. And in that wanting to be right, they maintain conflict because both parties want to be right. So it's kind of a tug of war. And when one person decides they're going to drop the rope and not play that game and take responsibility, then the conflict's over. So that's how we deal with conflict. We decide never to go there.
60 seconds.
Also, if we have a potential disagreement, we have a technique for conflict resolution that's really beautiful. It's called the highest thought game. And so we both drop our positions, we both drop the need to be right, and we go for a solution. And we say, what is the highest thought we can come up with for the solution? And the highest thought is the most positive, the most loving, the most productive, and it feels the best in your body. So if Markus gets the highest thought, then I go up to his thought. And if I get the highest thought, he goes up to my thought. And so we don't compete at all. We just want to know how can we get the highest thought. A fifth grader in the home could get the highest thought. Somebody gets the highest thought, and everybody else
10 seconds.
So that way you don't have arguments.
You know what? I really like. I like that though, because I think a lot of times in relationships we are so focused on being right that we block out our mate. Yeah. We're not even caring about what they're saying because we're so headstrong on being right. And sometimes it's not about being right. A lot of times it's about the compromise, or like you said, the highest thought. Like, who thought process is the highest in this situation? Who is bringing more solution to this situation? Or we just two people making noise?
For solution.
Yeah.
So then another game that we made up that's very productive is a communication game. So it's called the 8-minute process. And you go to a nice restaurant where it's quiet, the soft music, maybe carpet on the floor. Or you can also do this nude in the bathtub, but you should be in a quiet place. And the person that's the most charged up talks first for 8 straight minutes, but they can't use attack. They have to use nonviolent communication, which is also called compassionate communication. And they say things like, when this happened, I felt this way. What I observe in our relationship is this, and the way I feel about it is this, and what I need or suggest is, and you talk for 8 minutes, and then you switch. Now the person listening cannot make faces and cannot interrupt and cannot roll their eyes. They have to be 100% present listening.
And cannot think about what they're going to say as a rebuttal.
Yeah. And this process is amazing. You know, some couples that we gave this to, they did it every night till their relationship got clear. So it's a wonderful process. And after you've each spoken for 8 minutes and heard each other, because people just want to be heard, you know, then you can have a discussion. But each person talks for 8 minutes. And I really like this process.
It sounds.
Well, you know, there's a saying, would you rather have peace or would you rather be right?
Yeah.
I say that a lot of time. I'm going to always maintain peace in my bedroom. Forget being right. I want to be able to sleep good and eat good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, now I have a question. I actually just went Facebook Live. I'm trying it for the first time, Facebook Live from the house. But I have a question for pertaining to younger couples. In building a strong relationship, and like, I recently got married. I'm in my 40s, but this is for like couples in their 20s. How much does sex play a part in building a strong relationship? Is it necessary, not necessary, more is better, less is better? Either one of you guys can tackle that. But how important is the sexual factor in building a strong relationship?
Oh, okay.
Oh, the sexual factor.
Well, I'm going to answer it, then I'm going to let Sondra answer it. You know, we didn't get together until we were, you know, over 50. So, but I still, you know, I considered myself a fairly young man with you know, those kind of energies. And I said to Sondra, well, I hope this spiritual relationship is not going to be celibate. So we have a very healthy sex life, and I think in your 20s it's probably more strong than maybe when you're in your 50s or 60s, but I don't consider our sex life dormant in any way. So I think that the sexuality has to be balanced. You have to have other intimacy as well as the sexual bond. We wrote a book called Spiritual Intimacy, which includes all different areas of your life. You know, you have to have intimacy in the sexual area, you have to have it in communication, you have to have it with family, you have to have it with your work, you have to have it with your finances. So intimacy applies to all different areas of your life. And what usually happens when you're in your 20s, I mean, you know, you're just kind of like on top of the sexual aspects, but not so aware of the other aspects. So I think it's a bit of a learning curve to come into balance with the other areas, but you need intimacy in every area of your life, not just the bedroom, and not exclusive of the bedroom either. I mean, it's a heart bond, it's a spiritual bond, it's a sexual bond, it's a meeting of the minds. It's on many different levels. So we don't ever exclude the sexual element, but at the same time, you know, a mature person would learn to bring the intimacy and bring the honesty into all the other areas of their life as well.
I would say that chemistry is important whether you're having sex or not. I mean, I feel that Markus and I have good chemistry all day long for each other. And chemistry includes sexual energy, friendship energy, and healing energy, in my opinion, those three energies. Mm-hmm. So I feel the chemistry is always there for me toward him. And we don't have to be having sex for me to feel the chemistry.
Yeah, and I think for men, you know, I think men place a high value on what happens in the bedroom, and it's just natural for men to have that drive and that desire. But I think for women, affection and touching and just having the intimacy in other areas as well as the bedroom is very important to them. So we as men have to kind of be sensitive to a woman's needs not just in the bedroom, but, what's that saying? Sometimes the best foreplay is when the man takes out the trash, so it's like a whole relationship, and that intimacy has to permeate all areas of the relationship, not just in the bedroom.
I wrote a book about affirmations on sex. It's called I Deserve Love. So if anybody out there needs help in that area, that book would be good for them. It's about the right thoughts about sex.
All right, let's do this.
And you used to be a sex therapist when you were a nurse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
You were a sex therapist? You was a sex therapist, Ms. Ray?
Yeah, I was a nurse for many years before I became a breast worker, and I did sexual counseling also. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Have you heard of rebirthing?
I'm sorry?
Have you heard of breath work and rebirthing and liberation breathing? Have you heard of those terms?
Yes.
Okay. Have you tried it?
No.
Would you like to try it?
Maybe you should try it. It's fantastic. And see, that's one of the ways we clear ourselves. The reason that we can have such a good relationship is that we know how to clear ourselves, and we have this breath technique we call liberation breathing, and that's what we use to clear ourselves. So, people that don't have spiritual purification techniques to use, they get stuck, and then they don't know how to get unstuck, We just did a video, 20-minute video on getting unstuck.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah, on our Facebook Live.
All right, well, let's do this. Tell everybody about the most recent book and the website and how they can get more information on the Rays. We live in a social media.
Okay.
We live in a time of everything is social media.
Well, okay. So then the best place to go to access our book is books. Sondra's written 22 books, and I've written 3. So the best place to just Google our names on Amazon, Markus Ray and Sondra Ray. Sondra Ray being the one who's written most of the books. So that's SONDRARAY, and then just go on Amazon and put in Authors Portal, and it'll show you all the books she's written on various subjects. And then same with my name. So that's the easiest way to find the books. And then we have sondaray.com, where we give a lot of workshops around the world and retreats. Our next one will be in India, March 24th to April 8th. So there's still time if people want to come on that. They would need to have some preparation, though, if they haven't done any breath work. So, and then the other thing we offer is private breathwork sessions over Skype. So either in person, sometimes we're visiting different areas around the country. We're going to Tampa this week, and then to the Fort Lauderdale area the week after, and we're going to be in Las Vegas in March. So we can give private sessions to people in those areas, but we can also give them over Skype. So if you go to sondaray.com, you can book a session with us, which lasts a couple hours, and we take you through the whole process. So that's one way of testing out this work for yourself.
The next book coming out is Loving Relationships. It's a new version. I rewrote the whole book. It was very popular in the 70s, and then I updated it completely and rewrote it. So that's going to come out for Valentine's Day, Loving Relationships.
Yes. So that'll be out soon on Amazon. I think the actual title will be The New Loving Relationships Book by Sondra Ray with Markus Ray.
Right.
And we have other books on relationships, too, on Amazon. Spiritual Intimacy is a very good one, like what I was talking about, how to get spirituality in all aspects of your life, including the bedroom. And so, yeah, there's a lot of material out there. And then we have Facebook, Sondra Ray on Facebook, and I think the URL is facebook.com/sondra.ray.90. So you can go there, and every Sunday we give a live Facebook talk, and we may be doing that more often, even during the week. But that's also another good place to receive our philosophy and our advice. Sondra makes a daily post on that Facebook page, and I make a daily post on mine, Markus Ray, and we also have a Sondra Ray and Markus Ray page as well. But mostly, if you go to our profile pages, we're on there. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. So we're all over the place.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I want to thank you guys for coming on the show. And I have actually,
Thank you.
this was the first time I ever went Facebook Live while I was doing my blog talk. And I've had quite a few.
Okay.
I've had quite a few people chime in. I've had people who are watching. So thank you to all of them. I'm gonna shout them out in a minute. And what are the Rays doing for Valentine? And is there any suggestions you can give everybody listening or who's gonna go back and listening to spicing up their
We're
Valentine?
going to be in Florida.
Well, we're going to be in Tampa, Florida, a little bit before Valentine's Day. That next weekend, we're giving a loving relationships training
Yeah.
in Tampa.
Right during the Valentine's Day.
And you can go and register for that if you're in the area. Just go to sondraray.com/events, and you'll see the Tampa event there.
Come to Tampa.
And then I think what I would like to tell people for Valentine's Day is that you really can have a peaceful relationship with no conflict, but both parties have to agree that's what they want. And when you make that agreement, you know, it's almost like a vow you're taking between yourself and your partner. When you say, above all else, I want to have a peaceful, loving relationship with no conflict, then when you do have a disagreement, you always remember that commitment you made, and you can get through the little differences much quicker. So I would say this is the takeaway for Valentine's Day would be to make this conflict-free agreement.
I agree.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you guys so much. And you know what? I'm going to utilize a lot of this stuff to make my relationship stronger. And I know now it's not about being right, and avoid conflict.
Thank
Yes,
you.
make an agreement to have no conflict.
All right. Thank you guys. Y'all have a wonderful
All right,
day.
kind sir. Thank you so much, and send us an email, all right?
We'll do it.
I think you can get it from Marco.
And I'll send y'all a link to the show for y'all can go back and listen, okay?
That'd be great. That'd be great. You have our email address?
I'll get it from your publicist.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Y'all have a great day.
Yeah, God bless you.
It's your boy Mike Massive, and you are now rocking with Ridin Durty Radio. Let's go!
Ridin Durty Radio.
Hello?
Ridin, 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 dirty, ridin, 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 dirty, ridin, 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 dirty.
Oh, let me shout out. Man, let me see who all listen here. While I'm still Facebook Live, shouts out to Janza, Shane, Cello. What up, Sandy? Tell Dawn I said what's happening. My man Chad, I need some more clothing, you know. I need a fresh hat, because I'm finna start doing, Facebook Live while I'm doing this thing. Shouts out to y'all. I was just practicing to see if this thing worked, because I've been doing blog talk since 2009. Never involved Facebook Live, but I'm finna start now. I just wanted to see if the volume was okay. If you're still listening, let me know if you were able to listen to the guests. I have some very, very interesting guests on my blog talk show. If you guys don't know, I have left my my spot at WRFG because I moved on to something else. No love lost between me and WRFG. Still love them guys. They gave me a 15-year platform, but I'm doing it now at the house. I got some interesting guests. I'm still doing interviews. If y'all are interested in an interview, definitely hit me up via Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I'll point you in the right direction. Man, I feel so good to see people even chimed in. I just done this on a whim, and hey man, they say I need to get a background. Maybe I get a background, some plaques or some posters or something. I don't know. I like the orange though. It kind of blends in with the Levi's hat. Shouts out to Levi's. They didn't give me the hat, but I just wanted to shout them out anyway. All right. man, I'll be back really, really soon because I got a bunch of interviews lined up. This thing is really, really good. Y'all know I always tell y'all, love each other, love yourselves, be respectful. Valentine's is coming. Fellas, step your game up. But in the process of stepping your game up, you look your lady square in the face and like, baby, March 13th is coming. Okay? Now, I need everybody who don't know, Google March 13th. It's Man Valentine's Day. Y'all Google it. Next time y'all see me, y'all say, Vic, we found out what you talking about March 13th. March 13th, March 14th, one of them. Google it. Shouts out to Martin. What you doing, Martin? Shouts out to you. Shouts out to everybody watching. Shouts out to, oh man, Miss Sondra. Tell Witch Doctor I said what's happening, man. I miss you guys at the station. I miss you guys. I miss you guys. But you know, your boy had to go get that bread. Man. Shouts out to everybody, man. I love you guys. I didn't think nobody would even chime in. I was just trying to test the volume. But hey, I see we're gonna be doing it. I'm gonna be doing this thing 11 at night though, so I need y'all ass to stay up. But it's still not 3, it's 11. So y'all join me. We're gonna have some fun right here on Facebook Live. Ridin Durty Radio is still alive and kicking. And hey man, until next time, we out of here. Peace.